All right, guys. So here we go. We're going to do a Let's Paint Von Ryan Leaper. I've already put down the skin color on it. That was the Basalt Gray, almost like a wash, dry brush wash. It was very much a wet wash. Big old thick brush for that one. Put it on there and put it under a fan to dry. So it dried quickly. And that's what got this beautiful pooling effect that you can see here, with the colors pooling in the cracks and crevices. And it looks amazing on these Von Ryans with all these nooks and crannies on it. But goal for this, I want to keep the ends of the spear-like appendages here, keep those like as hardened bone material, but the stuff behind it, I'm going to start painting it like I do for all the armor pieces. So like, that's a little too wet. So like we've got a little bit of armory type material, but the tips are super hard to go through that armor of your enemies. But yeah, so let's get going. As I said before, got 6 of these. I'd honestly like to get some more. There is, I don't know if you guys are aware, in England right now, Hatchet Press has a Combat Patrol magazine where if you sign up for, or you can actually buy it in store as well, a program where you can, over the course of like 90, I think it was like 90 magazine issues, you'll basically end up with like 7 or 8 combat patrols, like Orcs, Chaos Marines, Tyranids, Space Marines. I forget which Space Marines it is. I think it's just the generic Space Marines. And stuff like that. But you'll get all these combat patrols and you end up saving some money. And it's the older style combat patrols from what I understand. You know, we're going to put the handle on this. It's a little easier on me. Yeah, this is from Game Envy. I have the actual handle part, but it's broken. They're sending me a replacement. They're nice enough to send me a free replacement, so I can use it. This is like 4 years old, 5 years old. They don't even make that. That was 3D printed. Kit even said, wow, we don't even make those anymore. So yeah, they do injection printing now for those. That's called the hobby holder. But anyway, so the combat magazine, if you buy it in store, buy it there, you can end up with more combat patrols. And I think it's great for new people getting into it, or just to try something different. So it's Hatchet Works, and supposedly they're coming out with it in the US in January. And I am already signed up for the wait list for that one because, one, it's got Tyranids and it's the combat patrol for Tyranids. So, you know, some of them, yeah, I've already got, like the Screamer Killer, Psychophage, all that stuff. That's fine. But like it has Von Ryan Leapers, which I like. But it also comes with like Orcs, and I would never buy the combat patrol for Orcs. Have zero interest in playing them as a faction. I I think some of the lore behind some of the characters, like Gazgul, is cool. Some of the other named characters they have, like, I don't remember his name, but the one orc war boss who is just in the warp, fighting continuously against demons because Korn thought it was hilarious. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stories, but have zero interest in playing them. But some of the models are very interesting, and I would like to paint them, but not enough to spend the money to purchase them myself. So this gives me an opportunity to get more models for something that I may not, be willing to do in and of itself. So something for you guys to think about if that interests you at all. Especially if, you want to get more into the hobby or start out. That's basically what it's there for, is to start out. But in England, they're having, I guess, an issue with people, because you can buy them in certain like grocery stores or certain stores and stuff, and people are like buying 7, 8, or 9 of these magazines to get the models, and then putting them up on eBay and stuff, scalping them basically. And people are getting upset, 'cause they're there to entice new players. They're not there just so you can make money. We want people to get into the hobby to keep it going, not just so you can make a quick buck. And I can understand the frustration of that. If it were me starting out, it's a big investment, and was the biggest hurdle when it came for me purchasing the Leviathan box. I got it at a good price. Almost, it was close to retail price off eBay. Shipping put it a little above, but it was still pretty close to retail, all things considered. So, I got fairly lucky with that. But, we want to try to keep this accessible for everyone and keep it growing, keep everyone in this hobby. Because if you have a good base, then the hobby keeps growing and becomes more mainstream. And then we have more hobby stores, which is good for everyone. But that's my rant on that one. Well, what we're doing here is anything that looks like armor plate is getting the treatment here. This one's got a lot of armor plate. It's got a little horn on his head. But, yeah. Beautiful sunny day here. Got the garage open, letting some fresh air in, let the sun in. Let's see, where else? Oh, gotta get the legs. I've gotten better about thinning my paints. It's really hard to tell. Some people say, oh, the consistency of milk. And it's like, what does that even mean? The consistency of milk. That doesn't make sense. So I tend to thin it out with some water till it runs fairly smooth. You don't want it to glob up. You don't want to cover up the details. So I thin it out enough to where it runs nice and smooth off the brush, but it's not globbing up those details. So like that little mark in the armor, those little cuts and divots still show up when it's all said and done. Like that. Let's go do the other side. But I love the look. I love the look of this, the basalt gray with this purple, and then with the armor color on it. It looks great. I love it. Absolutely love it. But let's get this going. Yeah, so how's everyone doing? Everyone having a good day? Enjoying your time? Alright, let's see, we got that little chest piece right there. Right in here. If I get their camera focused on it. I missed that on the first one, but I think with these guys, I want to hit that up because it's just a nice little feature. Some of the termagants and hormigons had it, but they're so small that it was like no point in trying to get it because you'll never see it. But on these guys, I think it's the perfect opportunity to give a little extra love, because we want these guys to stand out. So there we go. What's that? 10 minutes? 12 minutes? Oop, I missed this side. See? That's why I always double check my work. Make sure I hit up everything. So there we go. Double check it. Yeah. I think we're good on this one. All right. Stick them back down a little bit. Started to come loose. And poster tack there. So there we go. Gonna touch up this right here. It's a little light. There we go. All right, guys. There's our first layer. Congrats. Ooh, there's a hair. There we go. All right. I'll see you for the next one. Have a great day, guys.